The AFC East has been dominated by just two teams since 2009, the Patriots and the Bills. Odds makers expect that trend to continue this season, with Buffalo and New England entering 2026 as the heavy favorites to win the division. But every team in the AFC East enters the year with different expectations and goals, and today I'm making one bold prediction for each team. The NFL season is so hard to predict, but I expect some of these to hit by the time January rolls around. For the Jets, I'm predicting they are going to be alive in the playoff hunt at Christmas time. It's been 15 long seasons since the Jets have made the playoffs, and most of this have come with the hope being long gone by Thanksgiving. I think 2026 could be a little bit kinder to the Jets. I'm not going to go all the way and say that they'll make the playoffs, but they could give the fans the Christmas gift of hope over the holidays thanks to a few things. I think Aaron Glenn is a great football leader, and he genuinely cares about this team and his players, and he seems to be building a culture that organization has lacked for most of the century. The Jets didn't win many games in 2025, but they were more competitive than their record suggests, especially early in the year before the season unraveled late. Geno Smith is certainly not an elite quarterback, but he is an upgrade over the combination of Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor from a year ago. They also added veterans like Minkah Fitzpatrick, Demario Davis, and David Onyemata, while second overall pick David Bailey should give their pass rush a much-needed boost. Put it all together, a better culture, more veteran leadership, upgrades at key positions, and a favorable schedule, and I think the Jets are still in the playoff race when Christmas rolls around. For a franchise that spent years eliminated before December, that would be a huge step forward and gives the team and fans something to build off of. For the Dolphins, I'm predicting Malik Willis to run for over 1,000 yards this season. Only 3 quarterbacks have ever accomplished this feat, but the Dolphins obviously believe in Willis after giving him a 3-year, $67.5 million contract. Willis is a true dual-threat quarterback and has shown his speed and athleticism in his few starts between Green Bay and Tennessee. In his one start last year, he ran for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Ravens before leaving with an injury. I think the Dolphins are going to have an offensive scheme in place that prioritizes Malik Willis's ability in the running game. The Dolphins don't have the weapons around Willis to want him to be throwing the ball 30 times a game after trading Jalen Waddle to the Broncos and Tyreek Hill being uncertain. The Dolphins do have a decent unit up front, which means they should rely heavily on the running game with Devon Achane, but I expect to see some wrinkles involving options like the Ravens do with Lamar Jackson. This Dolphins team is not going to compete for a playoff spot in 2026, and I can see Malik Willis having a similar season to the one Justin Fields had in Chicago in 2022 when he ran for over 1,000 yards. They are both freakishly athletic quarterbacks with below-average arm talent and an offense lacking weapons. Look out for Malik Willis to become the 4th quarterback all-time to rush for 1K. For the Bills, I'm predicting James Cook to score 20 touchdowns this year. I think this will be the year the Bills reduce some of the intense rushing workload off of Josh Allen's plate, especially around the goal line, in order to keep him fresh for playoff time. That lines up nicely for James Cook to see lots more goal line work. His career high in touchdowns came in 2024 when he scored 18 on only 239 touches. Last year he scored 14 on 342 touches, with Allen taking lots of his red zone carries. The Bills have not actively looked for a second running back to start taking carries away from James Cook, implying he's going to see some heavy usage again this year, especially considering the Bills still don't have a very deep receiver room. James Cook could easily become one of the primary targets in the red zone as well. The Bills' offense has become a wagon ever since Josh Allen was drafted, and I expect 2026 to be no different, giving James Cook plenty of chances to find the promised land. For the Patriots, I'm going to predict that they fail to make the playoffs in 2026. This would be quite the fall from grace for a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, but the Patriots never really seemed quite as good as their run last year made them out to be, and I think they are going to suffer from a hangover-type season. The offseason wasn't exactly smooth, as Mike Vrabel was wrapped up in the headline of the spring in his affair with reporter Diana Rossini. He also had to step away from the team during the draft, and more bad evidence kept coming out throughout the summer. Scandals like this one can cause issues in the locker room and linger for a team during the season. The Patriots are also going to get a first-place schedule after winning the AFC East last year, a big difference from their schedule a year ago, which people pointed to as the reason for their success. The Patriots did nicely to add A.J. Brown, but I just don't think it's going to be enough, and I think they're going to find themselves out of the mix come playoff time. The Bills are still the best team in the division, and the AFC has some strong contenders that are going to be tough to steal a wild card from. What do you guys think was the boldest prediction out of these, and which ones do you think will come true? Comment some other bold predictions you might have, and subscribe if you want to see predictions for the other divisions.